Thank you, Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. My name is Jennifer Beaver. My address is 1200 17th Street, Suite 1500, Denver, Colorado, 80202. I'm here on behalf of GNI 6 Promenade. My client is the owner of the Promenade Shops at Centerra. As Carrie indicated, we provided a letter to the Planning Commission, which I believe you have in your packet. And so I'm not going to reiterate a lot of that today. I'm just going to kind of give a summary. As you heard from Ms. Hale, the intent from our understanding from the City Economic Development Department is really with respect to these high-tech, high-quality employers and attracting those entities which are focused in the light manufacturing and office space sort of categories under the GDP. My client doesn't dispute the benefits of that type of development, both to the city and, in fact, to the Promenade Shops at Centerra. However, as drafted, the public review amendments far exceed the types of developments that are articulated as part of the intent by the City Economic Development Department. Rather, it's a broad-scale sort of curling back of the public review process. We ultimately are going to respectfully request that the Council exercise caution in adopting such broad-scale reductions in the public review process to address such a narrow intent. As members of the Centerra community, my client has an interest in retaining an ability to comment on developments that are going to come in to the Millennium PUD, including potential detrimental impacts associated with those developments. As one of the largest stakeholders in the Millennium PUD, my client has a specific interest in maintaining a public review process for significant retail developments. The Promenade Shops at Centerra underwent a public review process and would expect to undergo a public review process should significant changes necessitate a process in the future. My client does not agree that developers of retail developments expect the type of expedited review process contemplated here and in fact plan for a public review process. The elimination of the public review process, we believe, results in prejudice to existing members of the community and inappropriately benefits future project proponents without any broad-based benefits to the community. This is particularly true where there's been no demonstrated need or articulated basis for eliminating the public review process on such a broad-scale basis. Maintaining the public review process will not give my client or any other member of the community the ability to prevent approval of an appropriate and compliant development project, but rather it will just ensure that its concerns are heard by the Planning Commission and/or this City Council. As indicated in our comments to the Planning Commission, we believe that this public review process reduction is not consistent with the city's master plan and could result in detrimental impacts to nearby developments within the GDP. Ultimately, we propose that the city limit the revisions to the public review process to address only the specific concerns articulated by the City Economic Development Department, that is, attracting employers in the light manufacturing and office space. To the extent that City Council is not so inclined to comply with that request, we specifically request that City Council retain a public review process for significant retail development. If City Council considers proceeding with that more limited request, we would propose specific language for Section 12.3.3 big A.2 little a to the tune of any single building over 60 feet in height or over 100,000 gross square feet and meeting the definition as set forth in Section 13 of, quote, retail establishment, retail store, inline retail, planned retail center, or mixed-use village center. Ultimately, we also request that the revision to Section 12.3.3A2 little b which eliminates City Council review of non-phased projects that are over 500,000 square feet be eliminated, and that phased projects are not allowed to avoid City Council review by doing it in smaller increments. Thank you.